Well, look what's on the workbench today. It is the Fun Indoor Playground by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42686. Contains 668 pieces. Retails for $59.99. The set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And yes, I know it's a little bit late, but they sent it to me early, a long time ago. So here we're getting to it now. And it looks like we got ourselves some various rides. Maybe some live music in here, a trampoline, and oh, look at all this fun stuff. That doesn't look too bad. It looks very fun and colorful. Now, if Mr. Camera will focus here, we got Liann, Nova, and Sonia. If I'm saying that right. And yeah, just by first impressions, this doesn't look too bad at all. So here's the top of the box. So it looks like we also get to make ourselves some kind of gumball machine too. So we get mini dolls and accessories and stuff in here. Now here's the back of the box. And wow, look at all the stuff we get to do in here. This looks like we got a fully playable interior. Now I'm hoping all this stuff here is printed, but we already know how that's going to turn out. But I really can't wait to dive in this one. This one looks really fun. So first impressions, I want to dive into this one. Okay, let's crack this open and see what we have inside here. And here we go. Yeah, could have been packed a bit better. Anything else hiding in there? Yeah. LEGO, really, this is packed sloppy. I'm kind of getting fed up with the let's pack all the loose building guides in here. Looks like we have person 1, looks like person 2, person 3, person 4. I'd say up to 4 people can put this one together, huh? I think this is going to be a good, fun, collaborative build. And oh my goodness, yikes, look at all those stickers. Yeah, I was hoping this stuff to be printed, but well, looks like my fingernails will be tired peeling all that off. And let's start with the bag here. Got a 3, 6. Of course, I could just look in the building guides too, but you know, some people want to know what do the bags look like and what's involved and stuff. I can tell you right now, packing I'm probably going to ding off half. It's just kind of just feels like it's slopping thrown in the box. At least these are not packed loose. So a little mesh there, a slide, and some plates. I have a few of these, but not in this color. But it looks like we are going to be in for a very fun build experience. Okay, today is the 6th of April, 2026. It is a Monday afternoon, or evening, or whatever. And yeah, so my game plan with this is to break this down into 3 installments. I think what we're going to do here is break this down to where we're doing, like I'm going to combine these 2 building guides together. And don't worry, I already had that one scanned. So I think just breaking this down like this will be fine. I think up to 4 people can assemble this set, so I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about that. The reason I break them down, just to make it easy. And then, yeah, these Playland. I better not show that to my bunch. They don't like playing too much. But I don't want to put all that on there, but I have to do it because it is a review offer. And we got 6 bags. Now, I forgot to check if this even had a brick separator in here. Let's see if it does. I checked just for my entertainment as well as yours. And yeah, LEGO's been skimping out on a lot of the brick separators. No, it does have one. Made a liar out of me there. And yeah. And I think we are going to be in for a very fun treat today. I always like putting together the Friends sets. I know I'm a guy that likes these things, you know, call me strange, but hey, what the heck, I'm even getting into anime, so yeah. It's better than what's going on now, and I want to be entertained, not depressed, and Friends sets are far from that. But I think we're going to have a lot of fun in today's installment. before we get building here, I got to read off the disclaimer. So, as everybody knows, these are just my review notes, and not to be construed or considered as a professional product review, how-to, or tutorial. These are just simply my notes for me to submit to LEGO. Okay, and the ideas and commentary and expressions in these videos are mine and mine alone, with the exception of this is a paid promotional offer by LEGO. They did send this to me for review. So it's up to me now to fill in the rest of it with commentary. So all that's my own stuff. And lastly, just be sure to watch the video all the way through. I do make mistakes in these, not intentionally, but I will try to show every angle as possible. That's why I cannot guarantee these as a review or a tutorial, because I may make mistakes. I may end up putting something in the wrong order. I may just plainly forget something. But, boy, I really do need to repaint my table here or clean it. But I think we are ready to go. Okay, let's begin with bag one. Let's build it. Yeah, somebody had asked me, do I ever get tired of reading off all the disclaimers? Yes. Just for your safety and mine. And, ooh, look at all that cool yellow in there. Oh my goodness. I could always use that color, so I don't care as long as it's that color. Yeah, this workbench is, I've outgrown this workbench. It's all beat up and stuff, and I really do need to get a bigger one. But hey, a beat up, banged up, dirty, cluttered workbench is a busy workbench. And I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty on sets here. That means I'm getting close to finishing stuff up. And yeah, that's what a nice selection of parts. And let's see who we're putting together first here. Usually start off with the mini doll. Oh, it's Liann. Oh boy, I can't wait to put her together. Now, fringe sets I get a little more involved in because they're just fun. It's fun commentary. And a Technic piece, so we're going to have some Technic in here. Now, oh, I've been going through so many of these eye pieces. I've been dumping these. Like, I have a bin just full of eye parts that I just don't use. So I just kind of set those off to the side. And this is a nice, good set that you could build in the summertime. It's just got a lot of nice, bright colors. Yeah, so I've been pretty much been hiding from drama and all that stuff, so I've been kind of keeping to myself. Oh yeah, it's the day after Easter. I hope everyone had a good Easter holiday, so happy late Easter, everyone. I think, Janet, you mentioned it was already your birthday, so happy late birthday. I used to do that a long time ago. If I knew somebody's birthday, I would give them a shout out onto here. Even Texas132 had a late birthday. I don't think she watches this channel. But that's Liann right there with her $5 coin, you know. Alright, now it looks like we're building a trampoline. Cool. Let's get into that. Yeah, I've been getting into my anime fetish. Been watching a lot of that lately. Yeah, I didn't like what was on TV earlier today, so I turned it over to that just so I didn't have to hear someone talk. But it was better than that. But I didn't have anything else to watch anyways. But yeah, for the most part though, I've been getting really heavy into Death Note. I'm thinking about buying the Blu-ray of it, just so I don't have to watch it with commercials and it butchered and stuff. So I may do just that. I don't know yet. I just don't want to get too obsessed, and half my video collection's full of animes. But I did finish up Rent a Girlfriend though. That's not too bad. And if you like a very cheesy comedy, there you go. So I thought it was just some weird thing, but no, I watched that. I actually actively watched it too, and it wasn't bad though. I didn't think it was that bad. It's better than the junk that's on TV today. So I had to watch that. At least it was entertaining. So I watched that. There's another one that I have that one of my coworkers lent me. I already made a copy of it. It's called High School of the Dead. I've seen a few episodes of that on TV, so I'm going to get into that. And there's our trampoline. At least it's outfitted with a stud, so that's not too bad. Okay, now it looks like we're doing some kind of a ride here. So yeah, I like the Walking Dead stuff, so I'm going to get into the High School of the Dead, and just from a few of the episodes, they edited out a lot of the cuss words and stuff, so I'm going to get the full flavored one. So I'm going to I'm going to buy a copy of it, and just watch it at my own leisure. And we got Technic already, yuck! So yeah, I'm going to... I think I got a few of those. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Going to get myself a summer playlist going here, so I can. I think it's supposed to be like that. Okay. But you know, something to do this summer when it's too hot and miserable to go outside. I'm going to try to show every angle, but just forgive me if I don't. Make sure... Oh, I got it in backwards. Whoopsie. Supposed to go like that. Trying to match the picture here. There we go. That's why I couldn't get it in there. Just make sure yours is sitting like that. So yeah, just getting into the anime stuff, and yeah, people say it's just for kids. I know the stuff I've been watching obviously is not. I mean, it's anything but that. But it's just something to do. So if you have one that you watch that you recommend, I'm mostly into action, adventure, comedy, thriller. Just, I don't mind if it has romance, but don't say, Jay, here, watch this romantic one where people are kissing all the time. And I'll watch Lifetime if I had to do that. Was that channel Lifetime TV? And then there's one that my mom watches is Hallmark. Yes, stay away from the Hallmark channel. But there's one called Family Gatherings or something like that, where it's like a family-orientated channel. Meow, meow. We'll stay away from those there. Too much violence in the world. But why do I watch it? Because it's cartoons. Oh, we got a sticker coming up. Oh no, I've got to deal with that now. Oh, well, now I got to find that stinking sticker sheet. And that's sticker number 1. Oh, I hope they're in order. Which is that right there. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing today. Well, what am I doing today? I'm right now processing this big Lego set that I just got done. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was, oh, that Coast Guard boat. I'm just still working on that one. Okay. I got the review portion done. I wrote my notes up. But now I'm starting to put together the... you got to put that in there. Looks like an oscillator. Okay, I see what we're doing. And I've also got some tutorials going. Okay, and it tells you take your purple hand from the void and you just do this. Okay, we already figured that out. That's not too bad. You put your parts and make sure your Technic is real loose. Yeah, it tells you to go up and down. I don't have that arrow in mind because I don't really do a whole lot of Technic. Now for the ride itself, which is that thing there. Yeah, you know, I like reading the good comments. The bad comments, I just block them, but the good comments I like reading. Even the constructive ones I'll read. You know, if I don't agree, you know, it's all about this. You know, this hobby is something that we all should just, you know, enjoy. You don't need to take it seriously, you know. I mean, that's what it is. And for me, just sitting back and chatting with you guys and gals and reading the good comments and stuff, that's always fun. Especially the ones that I've actually have helped out throughout the years, or entertained, or maybe put to sleep. You know, it just depends. I hope I don't have to blow my nose. Yeah, it's basically just bad allergies for me. This year it's really bad, so that's why I've been coughing, sneezing, stuffed up. So if I sound whiny, yeah, you know why now. Oh, these come in cool yellow. Ooh. I haven't seen those before in that color. Those I think I have. I think I have a few of these. Yeah. And let's see here. Now I'm assuming that these are both the same on both sides. Why would I assume that? Because left and right-handed. So we're just going to kind of guess. Now this set does come with the brick separator, which is nice. So if I make a mistake, it's got the tools. Right now I'm going to say this set's probably at a 9.5, just due to a little bit for packing quality. Because I've been really kind of getting hardcore on packing quality on sets. So I'd say that this one here, the box is just packed a little rather sloppy. Hey, I'm being honest with you guys and gals. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you, give you some hogwash story. You know. Because that would not be fair to you, the viewer. It's like here, some people like my blunt honesty on these. You know, like this one right now is keeping my interest. I'm not lying to you. You know, because this one's got some very unique colors. Building techniques are pretty cool. This right here, I think I'm going to see this probably put in some people's Lego cities. Okay, we got that done. I'm going to check my work. And thing. Okay, done. How easy that is. Got that finished up. Alright, so I'm going to put this like that. But, you know, something like this. Just building sets, though, you know. Now, which one do I prefer? I prefer building my own mocks and tutorials. Tutorials are hard to film. These are easy to film because the build's already done. This is it. I'm just copying what the book does. Now, doing my own tutorials are a little more, you know, involved, you know. I'm thinking about, nobody said anything about it. I think I'm going to release it as an exclusive. I'm thinking about doing more like a little mini documentary, or maybe a tutorial or something, on why I do video tutorials and how I do them. What is the purpose of a video tutorial? And a lot of people on YouTube, it depends. Some people do it to back up their ideas. Some people do it just to make money. Mine are just due to backing up ideas because, you know, memory loss runs in the family and I don't want to lose any of these ideas. So it helps me remember them by recording everything and documenting what I did. Because that would not be fun if I just say, hey, I want to build me a nice red pickup truck. How did I put that one together? I don't remember. But then I would know. This is a nice little ride. Matter of fact, if you can power these up with some kind of a power functions motor, gear it down, I think you'd be ready to go here with this. But this mechanism alone here, I think would be good for a theme park. Even for a carousel, if you can attach it to a carousel, you may just change just this right here alone with this would be a good inspiration. See, in this channel here, I can talk about that. We can talk about the inspiration behind the build, especially for you guys who hate friend sets. You know, sometimes there's some good ideas that could be derived from these, and you could use them for your city. Now, I'm not a Technic expert by any means. I could dabble with it. I understand some of it, but as far as for making my own creations, not too much. So I won't mess with that. I don't want to embarrass myself with Technic. So that's why, you know, that's why you notice that I don't do Technic on here all that much. Older stuff I did, but not anymore. I may one day get into some Technic, but I'm by all means not an expert on it here. I think they show it like that. I mean, that's what I'm gathering there. And then now this sits on here. Let's make sure here I'm doing this right. So this has got to sit here. Oh, it's one of those ones you got to pay to get on. Oh no. And then you do this. It's not too bad. Oh, you know what this would be good for? A bull ride. You ever seen that old movie? What was it? Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder? Stir Crazy? There we go. We already got the theme for that, and that's what we have remaining for bag 1. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag 2. And I get to do the big stuff. Cool. First, we got to open up the bag. So I think right now we already got 20 minutes filmed. I don't know. Let's see how well we go here. I may only have to do this in 2 installments. I don't know yet. Oh, I don't have that black paper. I put that somewhere else. Oh, there it is. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, Lego. Yikes. I'm sure you can see that. Come on, camera. Stop being silly. Yeah. Down to an 8.5 Lego. Alright, that's not even due to build quality. I'm going to keep, you know, and just to bring this up, some people are tired of hearing me complain about it. If Lego can't pack this up right, I can't give good scores anymore. It has to work both ways, you know. But, just by looking at those colors alone, we're going to be in for a fun surprise. So this time it looks like we're building the climbing net climb thing. Those are always fun at the parks. I haven't been on one in years because I'm just too old to be getting on those. So right now we need to grab, if I could find the perforated cut on this. We need a net. Get back in there, slide. We're not ready for you yet. And we need one of these. Okay. Alright. So yeah, this is a build together. I'd say right now one person can comfortably, well, let's say 2 people can build this so far. We don't know how many people because we haven't finished it yet, right? No, we have not. I don't think it matters which way. I have a lot of door frames, and I also have a lot of naked doors that need frames. So yeah, I need to put those together one day. 1 + 1 is 2. So far we've only done 1 sticker, and we already finished up 1 bag. That's got me nervous. Wow, a 1x10 brick Lego? How'd you manage to sneak one of those in this set, huh? So this thing here is modular, so you can snap on other parts if you choose. And the thing about this is so far you and another person can build together. Now, I do get comments from time to time that mention that they do not like these style of sets. You can build these solo if you want. I like modular builds. They're easy to break the build down, especially when you're editing a video. And I have 49 minutes left on this card. That's not terribly bad. Yeah, I have a bunch of old set reviews on this right now that I haven't finished up yet. One of them which I can't mention because it is a new one. It hasn't been released yet. Well, today it has been released. It was the GWP offer that the restaurant in Mexico, the taqueria, and that's not a bad build. That was a really fun one to put together. So if you're looking for that, I'm hoping they sell it as a retail set, because I think that'd be a lot better than just having it behind a paywall. Okay, so now we got to start doing the, well, something. So it looks like each bag's going to take about 15 minutes. Stickers will drag the build out a little bit more. But yeah, I always like these bright, colorful sets. They're a lot better than just building something with white. Now we need stickers too. We need both of these. So you're going to stick those on there, which are a bunch of lily pads. Or they could be seat cushions. Depends on how you look at it. Now, do I want to put these on these bricks? No, I don't. I do not want to put these on the bricks. But I have to, just because it is a review offer. Now, I'm just going to randomly throw those on there because I will rip those off later on when I'm done. Okay, so indeed, this is some kind of a ride here. Maybe they'll be more Technic, we don't know yet. I wasn't really in the mood today to film, but I figured I got some spare time because I want to get some sets on, because I really want to get into my own customs. So that's kind of why I'm just like, you know, I mean, this one looks not too bad, so... Alright, so it is some kind of spinny ride that makes noise. Parents are going to love that one. Put that in there. So far it's starting to look like something. And I mean, how often do we work with this color here? I'm really surprised they haven't brought out a vibrant green yet. You know how they have coral and vibrant yellow? I think that'd be so cool if Lego did. Like a neon green or something. Now these, I don't think I have a whole lot of these in this color, so this is a treat. If you already haven't noticed, I'm kind of sorting out parts as I go. There's just so much up here right now. Like I'm looking for a 1x2 brick and I'm finding these bricks with bow. So I'll start pulling them out until we find them. Of course, the more we put on the model here, the less we actually have to go through. So I hope I don't have to do too much editing on this as I'm trying to clear my throat, make sure I don't cough in your ear, stuff like that. Yeah, so as far as for tutorials go, I got a good one I just got done. I wrote up the building guide for it. It was not an easy one to write up, but I managed to survive. It's up on my memberships now. It's a gardening trailer with tools. So, yeah, it's up there. Got that ready to go. I just got to finish up some details on the building guides, and then we are ready to go with that. Alright, we got two of these here. This is another piece I'm going to start hoarding up here. And I like these a lot better than the old-fashioned bamboo leaves because these don't break as easily. They don't have the little sticks that break, so they're a little more durable. I'm always for Lego parts that last longer. That kind of thing. Alright, so we need our scratch window here. Okay, press that down. Well, this is fun. Don't you want to get on this and play on the rides and stuff? I do. I don't care how old I am. Alright, it goes like that. And it's just like doing Lego at my age as an adult. I don't care what people say anymore. I just block them and move on. It's their opinions. I just do this for fun. Yep, I mean, there's too much bad stuff going on in the world right now. Too many wars going on. Let's do something fun. You know, let's let our minds unwind. Let's build something with bright, colorful plastic pieces and make our dreams come true out of this. Make a world where nothing bad happens. Well, Lego City, you don't want to go there. There's always bad things. Now we're moving on to some Technic. So isn't that fun? I don't think I've seen these in orange, so that is a first for me. Now, the reason why I'm clocking these, like right now I've already done about 30 minutes or so on this installment. I I like to keep the installments rather short. Now the reason why is, you know, I don't want to keep you guys here for too long and have you watch a literally a 20-hour long installment piece. Usually about an hour or so is my limit. This might be about an hour or so. It depends on the installments. The more installments I make, the better. Gives me extra time to do other things while these are being edited. But then again, it takes us longer to go through the build. Usually about 40-45 minutes is kind of where I want to lean towards. You know, I don't need to drag these out for too long. I don't know what we're building here. So this is one of those things that you walk in the park that kind of shift around. You got to keep your balance. Maybe. Ooh. No, well, I guess I'm going to have to find the page it was on. I just wrinkled up my building guide. Where was I? Okay. There's one downside about printed building guides, though. Okay, it is one of those things that you walk on, you got to keep your balance on. Okay. So this is basically like just a park theme, like a jungle gym. Just for indoors. Well, there we go. Not too bad so far. Not too bad. Yeah, that old movie Stir Crazy. If you ever get a chance to watch that, well, yes, there is some bad words in there. But yeah, that's a funny movie. A lot of those actors, I've seen it from other movies too. Okay. Let's see here. Wait, my nephew is actually up? Dude, it's not even 2 o'clock yet. I try to avoid filming when he's up because he uses a lot of profanities. I mean, stuff even I can't repeat on here. That's how bad they are. I might be lucky and I may get interrupted today. I don't know. But, okay, now we got to build 2 little arches. And these are just mirrors, so we don't have to... No, they're not mirrors, they're just clones. So, yeah, today I'm going to try to do is film this one. It just depends on how much I get interrupted today before I can even get to it. Sometimes I can't even get... Sometimes I've had it happen where it's taken me a day or so to film up maybe a 40-minute video. That's how involved it gets here. I know somebody the other night was kind of mad because the internet was off because I was doing some work on it. And I'm like, hey, I want a really good networking experience here. I don't want to just have just some, you know, where the internet drops out. And they kind of threw a fit over it. I said, fine. I just left it like that, and then it dropped out. It kept dropping out overnight. I said, hey, I need to get this fixed, and you guys are always on it. I said, this is more or less like my hobby, you know. Well, I thought Lego was your hobby. I'm like, no, not really. I like doing the text stuff. And then these, oh, okay, we're going to have to zoom out here, huh? Okay, so these go here, like that. So there we go. We managed to survive that, and we got to seam this joint together with this. Okay. And then now we got to put some stuff on the top here. Yeah, I mean, just something like this is fun, you know, to put together. Yeah, but speaking about the internet, I'm just working more on having a more faster media server experience so I can watch movies from anywhere in the house without it jittering and lagging out. I have one piece of equipment that's kind of handicapping the whole system, so I got to think of something. Usually my nephew's in bed until late, but man, I don't even know anymore. I just know Alright, so now it looks like we're just building... Oh, wait a minute. I don't know why I'm starting that. I forgot we had to put something in here. See, I forgot something. In fact, I forgot two things, but I'll take care of that other item later, because this is Lego and this comes first before the other thing. But I'm hoping to have something done today, at least start filming some stuff for you. Get some pretty plants. And now we got to start on that thing. I don't know what that's for. Okay. Oh yeah, guys, whatever you do, don't quit your job. You know, don't stick it out. Don't quit because the work is getting too hard. Somebody I know did that, and they're having a hard time getting a job now. And I'm like, why did you quit in the first place? Oh, the work was getting too hard, and I wanted a break. And he just started his job. He started his job literally, and now he's considered unhireable. And I thought, well, that's why I did not want you to work for me, because I do not have time for that. And yeah. Okay, that fits like that. Okay. But we're missing some. Oh, I didn't know these were mirrors. Okay, just about done with this, and I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking 3 installments is going to be fine. The reason why is these are going to be about 35-40 minutes. I think that's a little more easier to digest than just some massive hour long. Maybe I could just do hours, but we really haven't even hit this yet. And stickers take time to put on too. It's like putting on a few bricks in themselves. So I'm going to say let's just keep it at 3. More and more I'm thinking about it. And that takes care of that. And then now we got to put together the arch. And then that goes on the top there. Boy, that really is nice. Huh? Look how nice and seamed that looks. This looks really good. It's like a jukebox in a way. Now we got to focus on this. Yeah, I got to go find out what the deal is going on here in a bit. That's something bad about when I get started into a Lego build. I can't just stop and find out. When I get to filming, though, I don't like to just stop right in the middle of filming, because when I come back, I will forget. So that's what I try to avoid. Okay, these are really cool. I got this in lime green, and now I have it in orange, so we can have a lot of fun with these. And these go here. Alrighty. Oh, okay. They got a nice transition for that. Boy, this looks fun, doesn't it? That looks really fun. And that takes care of that. And then it shows us here that we got to make the next piece. But we're not going to do that right now in this installment because I wrinkled the living daylights out of my book here. I'm trying to bend that back there. But so far, this is not too bad. I think that's it, because we're at 40 minutes, and I don't want to have to spend too much time on that. And let's make sure that there's no other loose pieces. That is what we have remaining there for bag 2. Summation of Thoughts. Well, as you can tell, we don't have much of a thumbnail. Well, I am making a thumbnail. We don't have much of a fun park right now. But from what I can tell, she had to pay her 5 coins to jump on the trampoline one time. Is that this is a very fun set. The Brick Separator does come with it. It looks like it's modular. I'm going to say up so far 2 people can build this comfortably by themselves, and you can share the build, which is even better. And the colors are just pulling me into this build. This is something I really want to get back into, and I got to do some other chores and stuff, so I can't get back into this right now, but I'm hoping to get this one finished tonight and give it a tour. This one here is kind of separate. It depends on the build quality of it. I may have to do a close-up on this one. I don't know yet. But it's easier just to bring things up like this and just bring them, you know, because I don't like editing videos, for those who don't know. But I think we are in for a treat. But tell me what you think so far.